welcome to Ramblings with Saint Bina. And I am Saint Bina. It's been a while. And today's episode is going to be, as usual, based on my interest in romance. Valentine's Day is knocking on the door. Today is February 5th. So we have 9 more days to Valentine's Day. It's been cuffing season, so, well, I have a few questions, so they fall into my ramblings, and I really want to know the answers to them. So do comment, tell me, am I crazy, and also what you think about most of the things I'm asking, because I am really genuinely curious as to how people do see stuff like this. So, majority of my life is spent going through Instagram Reels, if you haven't noticed. So, I keep coming across all these things that make me question or wonder about, romance in today's age. For instance, I saw something that talked about post-nut clarity. So I guess now what we have to worry about as women is, a guy nutting and realizing he doesn't really fancy you in that regard. And also, there are reels that talk about how a guy might genuinely think he likes you until he fucks you and realizes he didn't. So he would do everything that comes across as though he actually loves you, until he actually has sex with you and then realizes that it was just sex. This whole time, your boundaries have fallen. You've completely fallen for this guy, thinking, he feels that way for you, and then only to find out that that's not really how he feels about you. How do we navigate that as women? Like, that's scary, right? Because, for most women, sex is the final thing that you give to a man. It's like, I've got to know you, and now I feel as though I can let you into those private moments of me, to let you experience that. Whereas to a man, those precious moments for you are the determining factor as to if they want to be with you. That is scary. And that's something I'm hearing more so recently. I'm not that old, but I am on the older spectrum. So it makes me think, I never heard of anything like this, younger. And I'm hearing more of it now, and it's just like, has it always been like that, And at the same time, so before I rumble on until to oblivion, I really want to hear about that. Is it true for every guy? Do you really have to have sex with a woman before you actually know where you stand at that point? What should we as women do? Should we just have sex with you on the first night, get it over and done with, so we know where we stand before we actually invest more into you? But then not many women can do that, So this is the thing. A friend of mine joined a dating app. She joined Facebook dating because Facebook dating is a thing now, right? She meets this guy. She meets a bunch of guys, but she meets this one particular guy that catches her attention because he gets her sarcastic and dry humor, and she apologizes because in her day-to-day life she apologizes a lot because everyone seems to get offended by things she says. I find her completely awesome, but some people are just not for everyone. That's why I keep telling her. Anyways, so she finds this guy, and every time she even apologizes for things that she would apologize to everyone in her day-to-day life about, he goes, you don't have to apologize. It makes her feel special to the point where she feels as though she's found someone that understands her. And I'm not saying that she's already fallen in love. She's found someone that she even wants to keep in her life as a friend, because people like that are just so rare, right? Anyways, she tells her co-workers about this guy because she's so excited about this guy, and they all go, you might want to look him up on social media, just find out some more about him. And they keep telling her these bizarre stories about how people are on dating apps and they are married and they have kids, they have a whole life, and it's so easy to do that nowadays because with social media, how really are you going to find anything else about someone to know if they have another life? It's so easy to compartmentalize and hide certain aspects. Well, so she types in his name, full name, into Facebook. Mind you, it's Facebook. They're on Facebook dating. Guess what she finds? She finds him. First thing she sees on his profile, he's in a relationship. Now, he's in a relationship. Now, two things crosses your mind when I said that, Could be that he's just someone that is not on Facebook, was in a relationship, put up the status and forgot about it, right? Well, that is an option, except for this. The profile that was put up on the 27th of December 2022. She is seeing this January 30th, 2023. So it's barely a month. At that point, what are the options? Maybe they broke up, but what are the odds of breaking up after 27th December? Seems way too convenient. And now, because he didn't disclose that, everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. Could very well be they've broken up, but if he says it, that they've broken up, she can't believe it, because it's going to be either she just wants to believe a lie, or, so she's pretty much screwed. This guy's, a no-go to her at this point, right? Nonetheless, she decides to give it a try, because after all, she's looking for a friendship. She can forgive. She just, and I agree with her, because I was listening to something by Jane Fonda, and she said something. There's certain people that come into your life that you have to be intentional about them. Everyone is so okay with people choosing to be in their life and being their friends, but at some point in your life, you actually choose who you want to be your friend. I believe in that. I choose the people in my life. I don't like people to choose me. So there are certain people you meet and you just know you want to keep them in your life to the point that you are intentional in keeping them. Now, do you want a dishonest person? It depends on what you're looking for. He might very well be telling the truth. There are other attributes to him. It's good to know people the way they are, to know how to move forward with them. Now, this is not someone you're going to date, but this is someone that you would appreciate as a friend, because they did make you feel appreciated as a person, which is something that you're looking for. So she decides to give it a go, and she tells this guy, let's be friends, or whatever she said. Well, he's pushing for this angle of a forever, or someone that he would stay with for a long time. Well, I mean, he could very well mean it, but at this point, she doesn't trust anything that comes out of his mouth, right? So she says, well, I mean, how can you want something forever when you have a girlfriend? He says he doesn't have a girlfriend. So she takes a screenshot of his profile and sends it to him. Now, this is where everything falls apart. He is furious. He feels betrayed. Why didn't she trust him enough and, to not look at his profile? Well, this is where we all kind of are missing this story, right? Because on one hand, I agree with her for checking. On another hand, I do not agree with this guy on anything, because one, it's a Facebook profile. It is public. She didn't do some FBI, CIA shit to find something about your life. All she needed was your first name, last name, which you gave, and she found information. She found out you were in a relationship. Now, did she invade on his privacy? I'm curious. Please leave a comment letting me know if she did. Did she invade on his privacy? Mind you, the advice she got from everyone that found out that he was in a relationship was text his girlfriend. The girlfriend whose name is on the profile, text her and just say, hey, are you still dating this guy? And do you know he's on a dating app? Well, my advice to her is, that's fucking messy, and don't do that, because you're not doing that to save that girl's feelings. In as much as everyone says, oh, well, she deserves to know, you're doing it because you're vindictive and you're hurt and you want him to pay. You want him to lose a potential girl that he's in love with to make you feel better, and that doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help her. You're just going to hurt an innocent girl in this. And yet, does she deserve to know? She deserves to know. But at the same time, when you are dating someone, you're responsible for whoever you're dating. The world is not just responsible for you, whatever happens to you in your relationship. The person who is dating you is responsible for what happens to you in the relationship. If they care so little for you that they would do that to you, I'm sorry. It's just how I see it. Because the truth of the matter is, 9 out of 10 times, you're not going to get someone to actually tell you what's going on. I don't want to be the villain that comes to break your whole world apart and tells you what's going on. Also, what's to say they don't have this new age open relationship thing going on? You know what I'm saying? It's a messy situation that don't get involved in, is why I said. So, and then and I'm going... He says they've broken up. You've brought his attention to it. He's angry at you. He still hasn't made any effort to take that off his account. It's still on his account, which just makes me feel as though, hey, he is in a relationship. Because if he takes it down, his girlfriend is going to be like, Why did you take down the profile? So he's not going to take it off. My point being, so she's in this whole tug of war with this guy, trying to explain that she didn't, mean to invade his privacy. She doesn't think she invaded his privacy. He's so betrayed. General consensus from everyone that we've told this story to is, one, he's gaslighting her. Two, he's angry he got caught. And three, he's just not interested in her, and that just gave him a perfect reason to end things with her, right? From a dating app perspective. My thing is, I think it's a lot for you to ask someone that you met on a dating app to trust you completely. After all, I don't know you past whatever you tell me in a dating app. I can't trust that. Trust is earned. Trust is built on. It's not just automatic. You don't automatically get my trust. You earn that shit. And when you do something to violate that trust, don't get mad at me and say, why didn't you trust me to begin with? There's something that you did that elicited me to not trust you. The world is screwed up. You're betrayed by people on a daily basis. So yeah, you don't trust people. Do I blame you? No. But now, Valentine's Day coming up. Apparently, cuffing season is a season where people choose to actually date people that they think are less than them, just so they can have a warm body for this winter, and then they break up with you once things are going, once the season is warmer. How do you know if you are the coffin mate? How do you know if you are the ugly person that is being dated as a body for warmth? How do you know that? I'm telling you, this new age just makes you realize how much more you need to stay single. I don't know the answers to that. If you would think you're going to listen to this and get the answers, no, I'm just as curious as everyone else. I'm just putting it out there, and I want to read the comments and see how that helps me shape my life moving forward. But what I wanted to say to anyone that is listening, if you're a guy who's going to be single during Valentine's Day, do not see it as the worst thing that's happening to you. You're saving yourself money. Because if you were dating someone, you would have to go all out to do something for them for Valentine's Day. So see the silver lining in that. Now, if you're a woman that is alone, have a Valentine. Go out with girls, drink some wine, talk some shit, get drunk, make out with a guy, flirt with a guy, and go home and go live your life. Point being, do not settle for anyone. No one is worth you. You don't have to settle. If you're romantic, you're the kind of person that gives you all. In the very beginning, you keep getting crashed to the point where you feel as though you're not going to find someone. I can't guarantee you would find someone. It might not be in the timely manner in which you want it, but you would find someone that would see you and want to just live in your world. They would appreciate who you are and not want to let you go. So do not compromise who you are for anyone. Be the romantic you are. And let me tell you, there are sayings by Nietzsche and Aristotle and C.S. Lewis and a lot of love poets that makes it clear that love is not an easy thing. It is a painful process. It hurts. So the process of finding that person is also going to hurt. It's not going to be easy. You're going to get your heart broken along the way, but that's not enough reason for you to decide not to love. It's beautiful to love. It's beautiful to let someone in. And even there's beauty in that heartbreak. It sucks to the point where sometimes you feel as though you can't breathe and you'd much rather have everything end. But those moments of peace and happiness and just having someone with you makes it all worth it. So don't close your mind. Be the same optimistic, hopeful person and romantic that you are, because you will find someone that would want to protect that and appreciate it and want that in their life. And you get heartbroken, regroup, date yourself, fall in love with yourself, do things with yourself. So when the next person comes, the wall is even higher. The standard is higher for them to cross. They have to break those boundaries to come find you. And what they will find after they break those boundaries is something that is beyond their wildest imagination and very much worth it. So, enjoy your day, keep positive, and keep being your beautiful romantic self. And this is Ramblers with Saint Pina, and I am Saint Pina. Have a good day.